Guys, today I will be sharing how to make delicious Black Forest cupcake. For the ingredients, we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoon of instant coffee, 3 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla, 4 eggs, 100 grams of Dutch processed cocoa powder or 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. I tried my best to convert it in cups and teaspoon. This is 300 grams plain flour or 1 3/4 cup plus half a tablespoon. For the sugar, we need 400 grams or 1 3/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon. 200 ml of fresh milk, 130 ml of oil. I use vegetable oil, 200 ml of water. To begin, we're just gonna sieve the dry ingredients, which is the flour, the Dutch processed cocoa powder, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Give it a quick mix. And then we're gonna sift this. Now we're just gonna set this aside. For the liquid ingredients, combine the water and the instant coffee. Give it a mix. Then add the fresh milk. Finally, add the oil. We're gonna set this aside as well. Now I cracked in the 4 eggs. I can see there's a shell in here. I just remove it. And now I'm gonna add the sugar and then I'm gonna continue whisking until the mixture is light pale yellow. Then add the vanilla, followed by the 3 teaspoons of lemon juice. This cupcake recipe is very easy to make. Now we can add the liquid ingredients. And then just continue whisking just to make sure that all the sugar is dissolved. At this point, we can add the dry ingredients while whisking continuously. Just make sure not to overmix the batter. By the way, your oven should be preheated at 170 degrees Celsius. So preheat the oven before you start making the cupcake batter. So now I'm just gonna use a spatula to scrape the side of the bowl. And now I've got a cupcake pan lined with cupcake liner. I'm just gonna fill each cupcake hole about 3/4 of the way full. And then we're gonna bake this in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes or until when you insert a skewer in the middle of the cupcake and the skewer comes out clean. This chocolate batter makes about 23 large cupcakes. Set it aside for a while to let it cool down completely. Cupcake is cooling down. I've got a eating chocolate in here. This is a new product which is half milk and half dark chocolate, but you can use milk or dark, doesn't matter. I have a potato peeler that I'm using to get shavings of the chocolate. And this is what they look like. Set this aside again. We're gonna use this for the topping. I will be using a store-bought cherry pie filling, but if you want to make your own cherry pie filling, I will put in the description box the link on where you could find it. Here I'm choosing the best looking cherries from the pie filling because I'm gonna use this on top of the cupcake as decoration. So I'm getting about 23 or 25 pieces. So I have two reserve ones. So the rest will go inside the cupcake. So my cupcake has completely cooled down now. Using an apple corer, I'm just gonna make a hole in the center. If you don't have apple corer, you can use a knife. Don't discard the cake pieces that you have taken out. We're gonna use parts of it to cover the hole. I'll explain later. So I've got 600 ml of whipping cream in here, thickened cream. As long as it's 35% milk fat, it should be okay. And then I added 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 3/4 cup of icing sugar. I'm just gonna continue to whisk this until it reaches tipping stage. Do not overmix because if you overmix this, the cream will turn into butter. And this is the consistency that I am after. Now we're ready to finish off the cupcake. So I'm adding about 2 pieces of the cherries from the cherry pie filling. Add a little bit of the juices as well. Just a little bit, not too much because you don't want the cupcakes to be saggy. Remember the trimmings? We're just gonna use that to cover the hole. Just like so. Now we're ready to ice the cupcakes. So I put the whipping cream into a piping bag using a plain piping tip. Icing this does not need to be perfect because we're gonna decorate the side. So just put blobs of whipping cream on top. Now we're gonna put the chocolate shavings on the side of the cupcake, just like so. And now remember those cherries that we picked? We're gonna put that on top of the whipping cream. And that's about it. This is the finished product. I hope you give them a try because this cupcake is so good. Traditional Black Forest cake have alcohol in it, but personally I don't like putting alcohol on the Black Forest cake, but you can do so if you like. And this is what it looks like inside when you open up the cupcake. Let's cut the cupcake to see the middle. This cupcake is so good and so light. I can guarantee that you're gonna love this. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again next week. Bye!